So last week we covered the top 4 exercises that will change your body shape. Gone are the days where you can just run on the treadmill, go for walks, things like that. That might help you lose body fat, but it's not going to help you change your shape for the better or help you live a better life. Now, the number 1 exercise that I have for you today is the deadlift. Now, it is the number 1 exercise because it doesn't only change your body aesthetically, but it also helps you function as a human being a lot better. We deadlift every single day, whether it's picking up the shopping, picking the kids off the ground, dropping your car keys at the front door. Every time you pick something up and stand back up, that's a simple deadlift. The deadlift is a highly misunderstood exercise and often shied away from. People are worried about hurting their backs or damaging their spines and things like that. If performed correctly, the deadlift is one of the best exercises for preventing back injuries. So it's something that you really want to learn to do early on and improve on and practice every day. Now, I'm going to take you through the basics of the deadlift as well as some more advanced versions so you can get started today. Now, I'm going to start with a really easy basic variation of the deadlift. One that you probably already perform at home. The good old shopping bag. Now, you need to lift it up and pop it down. That is a deadlift in a nutshell. What you want to do is make sure you're doing it correctly. Okay, so one of the main things with the deadlift is that you keep a good neutral spine. So we don't want it bent over and we don't want hyperextended. You want to keep that spine nice and strong. You also want to stand close to the object you're trying to pick up. Standing far away and reaching over is going to put extra load on that lumbar spine, which is not what we want. So we want to stand in nice and close with our hips, with our feet about hip shoulder width apart, bending with a flat back and hinging at the hips. Now using your glutes or your bottom to stand up, squeeze and stand. And it's that simple. Popping it back down the same way and stand. So you're working the back of your legs, your buttocks, and obviously your back. Now, things to look out for are definitely the rounding of the back. So if you are lifting something that's really, really heavy, when you get tired, you tend to do this sort of variation, which is completely wrong and really, really bad for you. So if you are going to load up your shopping bag here, you can pop in some bottles of water, some tins of food, and you can get started practicing the deadlift today. Often standing in front of a mirror can help to make sure that you've got that right technique if you're a little bit worried. But start really light and go from there. Just up and down. Now, once you've got the shopping bag under control, you might want to look at something like a kettlebell, which I also have here. Now, the kettlebells are a great piece of equipment. As you can see, it doesn't take up much room and you can do lots of exercises with them. This one here is quite heavy. So I'll show you the exercise again. It's exactly the same as with the shopping bag. You want to have it nice and close to you, not far away. So go up and down. Once you've mastered the deadlift with the shopping bag, the kettlebell, you can try a barbell deadlift. If you do want to try the deadlift with a barbell, there are a few extra things to look out for. One being the weight, make sure it's not too heavy. 2, make sure you roll the bar in close to your body when you go to lift it. And 3, make sure you move your body out of the way of the bar rather than the bar away from the body. So what I mean by that is when you have your knees and you're about to collide them with the bar, you pull your knees back so that the bar remains nice on that vertical plane. You don't want to be grabbing the bar and moving it around your knees because that movement is once again going to put extra pressure on the spine. I'll demonstrate a few of them for you now. So I roll the bar in to my shins, make sure my hips are sitting quite high so there's tension on my hamstrings. As with the kettlebell and the shopping bag, we're going to use our glutes and keep our back nice and flat and squeeze up. Now, as you can see, I'm keeping the barbell as close to my body as possible. This helps to prevent extra load on the spine to keep your back healthy and happy. Now, don't let the barbell variation of this exercise scare you away. It's a bit more advanced and something you might want to try later on. Now, today you may want to start with an empty shopping bag, just to get your body used to going through the correct motions in the correct plane of movement. Now, once you have that down pat, don't be scared to add in some bottles of water, some tins, whatever you have in the house to make that bag a little bit heavier and a little bit more challenging. Once you've got that under control, you may want to go out and purchase yourself a kettlebell. But most of these exercises can be done with what you already have at home. The important thing, if you want to change the shape of your body, is that you start today. Tomorrow never comes, today is here, and you have no excuses because everything you need for the deadlift is in your own home. I look forward to hearing how you go.